This video is just to vent and complain, I guess, a little. So if you're annoyed by that, feel free to just move along because I'm just not feeling it today. It's just so much to deal with, and you feel like you're doing it alone. And you're supposed to have this team of doctors helping you. But for me personally, I feel like half the time I'm having to fight for like basic health care or basic preventative things to get some sort of basic answers or guidance. And it's just a lot. It's a lot to feel your body changing and not have doctors really be able to tell you much. It's a lot. And then you've got bills, you've got expenses. You've just got like regular everyday annoyances. It's just everything is just too much. Go to a dentist appointment and they don't bill something right, then you have to call paperwork about that. Then you go and you have these tests and procedures you have to have done, and you know that you're supposed to hit a certain amount and then it's supposed to be covered. So you have to call and see where you're at around that amount to know what you're actually responsible for. You have to call and the doctors and try to get an answer to what should be a very basic question, but nobody will answer you. Nobody will call you back or explain. The actual radiologist won't speak to you directly, but you have something going on where you need to see a specialist, and that specialist is out of your network of what health group you usually go to for your primary care provider. So that specialist can't contact the radiologist and ask them those questions, apparently. And then you call your primary care provider, because they are in the same network, and ask them to ask the radiologist that, because you've called the radiologist's office, but they won't talk to you because you're not a doctor. And you ask if your primary care provider, if that doctor could call and ask, even though they're not a neurosurgeon, just to get that basic question answered for you. And week and a half later, it's radio silence. Nothing from anyone. You've got all these new symptoms. They tell you to let them know if anything changes, if you get new symptoms, and maybe you ignore a couple at first because you're just hoping it's nothing, and then it just happens more and more often. You can't ignore it, and you get worried, and you start seeing these things line up, a bunch of different symptoms that you can recognize, and you call because they say, let us know if anything changes, and nothing. It's basically was pointless to even call and let them know, because, oh, well, I'll mark it here, but, let the doctor know at your next follow-up. My next follow-up isn't for 2 months with him. It's a month after the procedure I have done. Who has time like that? What are you doing to people? That's so unfair. It's so unkind. life is not fair. So, something we just have to deal with. And try to learn to be okay with. And just be strong. But if I'm being completely honest, it is not easy to be strong. I'm just not strong, I guess. Because I can't do it all. So I gotta remind myself it's okay to cry sometimes. You have to be strong around so many people because, you don't want to make other people scared. But, like, I'm the one going through this. And I'm really scared. And I have, like, just don't know what to do. I trust in God. And I know that I need to be patient. And I need to be patient with my doctors. And I need to be patient with myself. And I need to trust in Him. It's just hard. It's just hard sometimes.